Well, another important day in the history of AFC Wimbledon Academy. Usually we're down here talking about players making a step up, signing professional deals, but with us now is Academy head Jeremy Sauer, with us of course, as well as Mark Robinson and Michael Hamilton too. Jeremy, just tell us about the changes that are going to be happening to the structure today.
Yeah, some staff changes, Rob, all very positive, all internal changes, people stepping up, so kind of a day of celebration in that respect. The Football League and the Premier League have put together a project called the Head of Coaching Project. It's a £15 million project. All Football League clubs and Premier League clubs can access some new funding, basically. So we've been one of the first clubs to try and access this funding, and essentially the Head of Coaching role is to coach the coaches and deliver the coaching curriculum and improve the standard of coaching throughout the country. And that's the initiative that the two bodies are trying to put in place. So we've accessed that funding quite early on. The Head of Coaching role was previously done, as you probably know, by Mark. And Mark had the title of Head of Coaching and Lead Professional Phase Coach, which is under 18s manager. The issue with that, and it's the same issue that a lot of clubs have had around the country, is that Mark literally was doing two job descriptions, and you know, not really possible for him to do both of those to the best of his abilities. We've always kind of mucked in together really to try and support our coaches, because we've got a really talented team of coaches and we've got a really good environment. But now we've been able to put a position in place where we've got someone dedicated who doesn't coach any other team, doesn't do anything else other than look after the coaches. So we advertised that, we put that in place in December, went through a recruitment process in January, and we came out with an internal candidate, Michael, who most of you guys have probably seen around the place before. He's been looking after the under-16s for many years. And he came out top of the process, and we've given him the job, and he just started on Monday. So he's been doing a really good job of it. The consequence of that is that Mike left his youth phase role, which was under 13s to under 16s. So we've moved Rob Tuvey up from under 9s to under 12s to under 13s and under 16s. So there's a good promotion for him and good progression for him. He's done a really good job in the foundation phase, which then left an opening in the foundation phase, which we've given to Joe Roberts. And Joe Roberts was part of the foundation, the charity part of the club down at Kings Meadow. So Joe's kind of ready-made for that. He's been doing the under-11s for quite a long time, and now he's stepped into that lead foundation role. Essentially, we've got one more full-time member of staff, and that's a big thing for us, because we've always said, Mark and I have always talked about, if we had one more person dedicated to the coaching department, we'd be in a really, really strong position. So we're looking forward to it.
Brilliant, exciting times. Turning to Mark, tell us about your new role now, and just to reiterate, you're not giving up on the 18s, are you? Still with the 18s?
No. So I'm head of football now, which sounds like the next step to retirement, but it's not. So no, I'm head of football. So basically, I oversee the kind of football matters, you know, with Jeremy. So Mike I'll be working close with Mike. So the great thing about it, Rob, is when we want to implement something now. So before, if I wanted to implement something, it could take quite a long time, because obviously I'm full time with the 18s, and then to implement something on the coaching front could take longer than we wanted. So now, if I want to implement something, or Jeremy wants to implement something, or Mike wants to implement something, Mike's dedicated to doing that. So everything should happen a little bit quicker and thoroughly, and it'd be more thorough, and it'd just be better overall. So no, I'm not giving up on the under 18s. So I love coaching players, and I love doing the under 18 role. So no, I'm still going to be doing that, but I still get to oversee all the football matters, which would be great, because it means when I do go down of an evening, kind of I'll be fresh, and it'll be exciting for me to see what's going on.
Michael, people will know you of course from our behind the scenes documentaries of the academy. You're of course the under 16s coach. Tell us about this exciting new role, what you understand it to be.
Yeah, well, like Jeremy said, it's a project that's been designed to improve the culture within clubs, especially with clubs now have to go through the audit process. So it's something new for myself. It's not something I envisioned I was be doing, but it's exciting, I believe. Between myself and Rob, as foundation and lead youth phase coaches before, we kind of partly done the role before, obviously with Robbo having two roles, so a lot of the roles and responsibilities myself and Rob kind of had to dig in and muck in and do it also. So hopefully now it gives us a bit more purpose, and you know, like Robbo said, when we want to implement something or get something done, now we've got someone designated who can go and get it going, really.
It's great to see Will Nunn to go back with the first team this week, and of course as well, you've got Alfie Egan coming through. How much is all this going to help push more players through to Neil Ardley?
Yeah, definitely. You know, those boys that you just mentioned there obviously come through a previous system and where we were actually evolving and the whole setup was getting bigger and better, and now again we can do a little bit more with the boys we've got. Coaching the coaches is going to be a big thing, you know, as we've said with Mike's job. So if we can get those coaches really working more fine-tuned within our DNA and with what Mark and I want and how we want player development to be led, then those little bits of detail that sometimes were missed with previous players are now hopefully going to get picked up on by our coaches, and they're going to know even more kind of what our DNA is and what that overall profile of a player, a Wimbledon player, looks like at the end of it. So we're quite excited, really. It's another thing that our players are benefiting from, and really it's another service that, you know, eventually will lead to us producing better players. So it's exciting.